Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to create a zoom in transition for any video in native Android application using Media3 Transformer. So here I have two activities in my project. For the first activity I will load a video from network, and once the video has been loaded from network I will play it, and then I will click on the zoom button. It will start the zoom transition. It will like process the video for a while. Now the processing might take some time. It depends completely on how big your video is, and then it automatically, once the processing is done, it will save it to your external storage as well. And saving file to the external storage requires permission, so it depends on you whether you want to save this file to external storage or not, but I am already showing that in this video tutorial. And in the second activity the process remains the same, but I will be picking video from file explorer or from your videos app, whatever you want to call it. So here I'm running the first activity, and this is the video which I'm playing from a network URL. Now what I'll do is that I'll click on this zoom button. It asks me for permission. Now the permission is for storing the file in external storage. Okay, so once the processing is done, then only it will save the file to external storage. So I'll give that permission. I'll go back, and here you can see the processing has started. So the progress bar which you see at the below progress bar, that is to indicate to the user, okay, the processing has started, you need to wait for some time. So hopefully by any time now it should get complete. So here you can see the zoom effect. So this is what I was talking about. Now I will do the same thing for second activity as well. So what I'll do is I will just remove this intent filter from first activity. I'll move it to the second activity, and you will have to make this as true. I'll run our app again. Now again I'm telling you that the permission is only for saving the file to external storage. If you don't want to save it, you can remove the permission. So as you can see over here, I have two buttons, one called pick video. So I'll click on pick video. As you can see, the previous zoom effect file has also been saved. So I have three videos. I'll just click on this video. Now this is a very long video, the big bunnies video. Now this is a 10-minute long video. So now here this is a normal video playing. I'll click on zoom button, and it has started the processing. So this will take some time. I will just close this for now, and I'll start explaining the code, and once it has done, then I'll show it to you. Okay, but maybe by the time I show it to you, the zoom effect might be gone. So yeah, anyways, I'll keep this open for now. So first you will create an native Android project. I'm using the XML layout, but if you want you can use Jetpack Compose as well. And here I have added one more activity for second activity, but if you want you can write this in the one activity itself, the entire logic. And here inside Android manifest I have added the internet permission, storage permission, write external storage. Now this read and write external storage was part of old Android devices, right? But for newer Android we require this manage external storage permission for reading writing files. So that's why. So once you do that, then you will have to go to build.gradle.kts, and here I have just added these three dependencies are for playing video inside our XO player. So XO player, Media3 UI as well as HLS. And for transforming the video we require these three dependencies: transformer, effect and common. Now I'm using the libsversions.toml file. That's where all these dependencies are referenced. So you will have to go over here. Then you can just add this Media3 XO player. This is the version, and then at the bottom you will have to add this six things. So one, just close this for now. So you can just pause the video if you want to and copy paste all this. So here we are just referencing the files which we have given inside our build.gradle. Okay, I'll just open this back again. So here you can just pause the video, sorry, not pause the video, just you can go to build.gradle and click on sync now. It will download all the dependencies for you. Next I have created this matrix transformation Kotlin class. So just create this file, and this will help us to actually help us for the zoom transition. So here you can see I am creating a zoom transition. So here you can add a matrix transformation, change the presentation time unit, calculate zoom in. So here I have created that method and passing our presentation time u seconds. Here I have created one variable called zoom duration seconds, and here I have created one variable called calculate zoom in transition matrix. Then I am passing our presentation times u seconds, getting our matrix. Also, just to tell it to you, you might be thinking that the progress bar is extremely janky. It is not. It is proper when I see it on my real device. The only reason is I am mirroring my device. That's why you might be feeling it a little janky. Everything, the transformation is done on background thread, and that is handled by the library itself, exoplayer. We don't have to worry about it. Next, here we get the matrix. We generate a scale. Now here you can change it whatever you like, how you want your zoom effect to be, and then once we get the scale, we just pass it to our transformation matrix and return the transformation matrix. Now we will come back to activity underscore main layout. So here, as you can see, I have taken one player view for playing the normal video, then I have taken a second player view for playing the zoom in effect, then the button for doing the zoom transition, and this progress bar is only displayed once the processing of zooming has begun. I'll go back to main activity. Next, we have defined two exo players. Here I have defined one player view as well and one progress bar as well. Then I have defined one file name, and this is boilerplate code for exo player. Then I have defined a transformer as well as a file path. And here is this is the URL from which I was playing the video from for main activity. So this is video located on some server, so that's what I was playing. And for older Android, I have just created a mutable list for read and write external storage permission. So for requesting multiple permission, if you are using older Android device, we will call this, and if permission is not given, we just display a toast message, and if given, we call the setup transformer. And in new way, we have to redirect the user to settings app. So here we are checking for manage external storage permission. If that is given, we call setup transformer, otherwise we just display a toast message. And if you see this request manage external storage permission, we just check again for manage external storage permission. If greater than Android R, open the settings app, otherwise just request for the read write external storage permission. And this is a helper method which I have created just to check whether manage external storage permission was given or not. Then I have created an on create method, so this is already present, sorry, and we have just initialized our progress bar and two our player views using the find view by id. And once the button is pressed, we just call request transformer permission. This is the code for initializing your input player, this is the code for initializing our output player, this is code for releasing our player, and in on start we are initializing our input player, on stop we are releasing our player, in on resume we are just resuming our player, on pause we are pausing our player. And here inside on pause, you can also add a check. If the second input player already has a video, then you should pause that as well. And in on destroy, we are releasing our player. Now in request transformer permission, here again we are checking the same thing, permission given or not. So here you can see the video has been done, so you can see the zoom effect transition. So that's what I was talking about. Again, the video might seem a little janky to you. Again, it is because of the mirroring screen. It plays properly on a real device, no janks whatsoever. So once this is done, also I want to show you one more thing. If I click on pick video, here you can see now there are 4 videos generated because this video was also saved inside our external storage. Previously we had 3 at the start of the second activity, and at the very start of main activity I only had 2. So here you can see we are starting our transformer, then we are just releasing our output player in case it is initialized, and then we just call transform video, and inside transform video we first display our progress bar, we add this, create an array list of effect, and we add this matrix transformation factory class which we had created, this one, create zoom in transition. So I have created this zoom in transition. Now you can add any type of transition you want. You can add a zoom out as well if you want to. Then we just start our transformer, and I have added a listener as well to the main activity. So if you go over here, we are extending transformer dot listener. Once we extend this, we also have to override these two method, on error and on complete. I'll come back to that in a bit. But once we come over here, we are just creating our media item, passing our video URL. Then we are generating an edited media item, passing our effects which we had passed inside our effect, and we create an external file out of it. Then we start our transformer. Then we create an external file. This is how you create an external file. And for storing, we use this add video to gallery API. This is the method, but this works only on API 29 and above. Now if you are using below API 29, I have already made a video on how to save files to downloads directory. So you can add a check if it is below API level 29, then you can save it to your downloads directory. So this is like I have just copy pasted this code, to be honest with you, so you can also do the same. I won't go and try and explaining it to you all. Okay, so once this is done, once processing is done, on completed will get called, and here we just display our output player, initialize it, save it to our external storage, and hide our progress bar. And on error, we hide both progress bar as well as output player and display a toast message. Now for second activity, it is exactly the same as main activity. The only thing I will show you is how to pick video from your files picker. Now picking videos from file picker also does not require any permission. So okay, once, so this is exactly the same, this all stuff. The only thing which we don't have at the start is video URL. So for picking video, you will have to use, so once user has granted the read write external storage permission, for saving video, again that permission is not for picking video. So once that is done, I am calling this. So here you can see I am doing videos only, sorry, I am doing videos only. And once this is get, this calls this, and here we get the video URL of the pick video. And once it is properly initialized, sorry, once we get the URL properly, we just initialize our input player as well as resume it. In previous main activity, we were resuming as well as initializing it on start and on resume, but we can't do that over here because we don't have the video URL. Rest everything else remains the same, so I won't explain it to you. I will simply scroll through this, and you can just check the code if you want to. So yeah, that's it. I'll just simply scroll through this again. If you want, you can pause the video if you want to copy paste the code. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.